Happy Saturday to ya. Happy Saturday, besties. How the hell are y'all doing? Fuck around and find out. That's what today's theme is. How are you, beautiful friends? See, today for me is a day of healing, and that's what I want to talk about today. Good morning, beautiful people. How are you? Good morning, beautiful people. If you're not part of the team, what the fuck are you doing? Yes, I use profanity. My name is Mel. I'm your chubby 53-year-old Italian best motherfucking friend. If swearing offends you, then so do I, and you are on the wrong page. How are you doing this morning, beautiful ladies? If you can see this, hi Lynn, good morning. How are you? This morning, we are going to do a little bit of a follow party. We're going to do a little bit of building other women up, because you know what? That's what life should be about. And if it's not about that, then what the fuck are you doing, friends? Good morning, beautiful people. Let me share morning to some, almost afternoon to others. Oh, my eyes are watering because they hate my makeup. So let me share morning to some, almost afternoon to others. Oh, my eyes are watering because they hate my makeup. So let's go and sharing to my app because I own my own website. So therefore, we're going to do that too. So give me 2 seconds. Copy the link. Good morning, Chrissy. So therefore, we're going to do that too. So give me 2 seconds. Copy the link. Good morning, Chrissy. Your 53-year-old chubby Italian best friend. I am the founder of the Chubby Girl Lifestyle and the Chubby Girl Challenge. Apparently, TikTok does not like the word chubby, but they can kiss my fucking American ass. That's how I feel on that subject. Anyway, how are you today, beautiful people? A year ago, well, actually a little over a year ago is my anniversary. I launched a video on TikTok. It got 5 million views. And from that was born Chubby Girl Lifestyle and Chubby Girl Challenge. I am the founder of the 6-step method. This helped thousands of women on medication, women who's had gastric bypass, women who haven't done either, and live a healthy lifestyle. So that's who the hell I am. Introduce yourself in the chat. How are you on this beautiful Saturday morning? Looks like it's about to rain here in Carolina. I guess I'm going to just talk to myself today. That is completely fine, ladies. But here's the thing. Thank you for that, whoever you are. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I got it on clearance because I'm a clearance whore. I got it at the Rae Dunn. I'm a Rae Dunn fanatic. I got it at Home Goods. So, good morning, TT. How are you this morning? Where y'all, if you are in here and you can see this, where are you from this morning? Where's everybody representing? I am really excited this morning. I'm a little bit hyper because I am going to get a tattoo in about, I don't know, a little over an hour. User, why do you have no names and no letters and no anything, friend? You got to leave the room. Anytime there's a user in here with no identity, sorry, whether you gave me a rose or not, friend, you got to go because you're a robot. So, besties, if you're in the room, Kansas City is here. My ask this morning, good morning, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying to get my daughter to move there. She's going to move to Montreal. And I keep begging her because I'm like, if you move to Ontario, I can move to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and we can still see each other. See, so I'm trying to do that Canadian-American daughter moving away thing. But I'm excited this morning, besties, because I'm going to get a tattoo. I am going to get a domestic violence survivor tattoo. And that's what I wanted to talk about this morning because it is my fuck around and find out era. And I'm trying to find out for women that are up this morning, out this morning, and around this morning, what kind of era is it for you? What is your era? Now you're like, what the hell, right? Taylor Swift has the, whatever era. Well, to me, it is my fuck around and find out era, because part of the women that are in the group, right? That's what I was talking about. I got 5 million views last year, and I started a group. We've got over 8,000 women on Facebook, and we've got 3,000 women on our website, chubbygirllifestyle.org. And I came on this morning, and it's obviously very inundated on Saturday when you go live, but here's the thing. We got to talk about, as women, recovery, right? Because part of the issue, those of us who have problems with food, we wear our trauma on our body. So therefore, even though I'm down 83 LBSs, thank you, Lynn, I love that, and thank you for the rose. Even though I am down, good morning, Dahlia, hi, beautiful. Even though I am down 83 LBSs, one of the things that I had to do is recover from domestic violence. I always say God took me down my path in life so I could help other women. So here's my story, just a little bit. I am a former addiction substance abuse counselor. That's why when people say, how are you a life coach? Well, let me motherfucking tell you. So I gave up my licensure a few years ago because I was held at Boom Boom Point by a pew pew. I'm not allowed to say that on TikTok because, they love censorship in China. But regardless of that, at the end of the day, I decided to give up my licensure, and there was no money in it. So what happened is, God has taken me through a path in life that placed me here at 53 years old, that I can help other women my age, women that are older than me, and women that are younger than me heal from their trauma. So I will walk you very quickly through my life, and I will let you know this is my resume. Okay, this is why I have helped thousands of women. I'm not even going to talk about the 6 steps this morning, okay? What I'm going to talk about is healing. We are going to talk about healing. If you are in the chat room, can you say healing, please? If you are here, we are saying healing, because it is mine, and I'm hopefully yours, your fuck around and find out era. What does that mean? What is a fuck around and find out era? It means that we are no longer going to hang out with women who treat us like shit and don't straighten our crowns. We are no longer going to fuck around with men and women that do not treat us like the fucking queens we were born to be, okay? This is our fuck around and find out era. This is your motivational message this morning. This is your God placed you in the room with this woman for a reason this morning. When I was a little girl, I was raised in Upper Michigan in a little small town called Kingsford. And I knew when I was born in Upper Michigan, I was not in the right place. And we'll get into that in a second. And as I grew up, when I was in 6th grade, I was 200 pounds. And back then, women weren't overweight. Can I get a witness? Or what they considered overweight back in the 70s is not what we consider now. So then came along this diet culture of TV dinners and weight loss programs. And I can remember being a 13-year-old girl taken to a doctor's office and being told, we're going to put a packet in this water bottle, and you're going to drink that packet for 2 of the meals every day, and you are going to get thin. What my mother did is my mother created an eating disorder, okay? What your parents did is created an eating disorder. What society did to us in the 70s, 80s, and 90s is they created eating disorders, okay? Now let's take it to another level, okay? This is a reality discussion, right? This is a fuck around and find out discussion. This is a the road hits the rubber? Can I get an emoji in the room if I'm speaking to you? Can I get a hell yes? I know what it feels like to be placed at a table at 5 years old and have my mother make a plate for me and tell me I can't get the fuck up until I eat the food, even though I'm not hungry. There wasn't having a stomach ache. There wasn't a I don't want. There was no empowerment as children, okay? We were controlled as women on our food intake until we turned 18 years old. And then they wonder why we said, fuck it, okay? Let's go back again. Born and raised in a little small town in Upper Michigan. Again, they're going to shut me down if y'all are not throwing stuff in the room. If you see up there, there's a fireball. I'm trying to get 100 fireballs today because tomorrow I'm going to go and donate some money to a deserving woman, okay? Let me continue to go, all right? And if you are not a part of my team, let me educate you really quick. You need to click this right here and you need to become part of the team. I need you to share this live. If you know a woman out there that needs this, if you know a woman out there who's going through DV, through SA, because I'm not allowed to say them, if you know a woman who is a survivor, then you need to be in this room right now, because women and men, mostly women, we wear our trauma on our bodies. If you wonder why you are popping a pill, if you wonder why you are putting something in your body that is not healthy, it is because you are dealing with the trauma through food and you are dealing with the trauma through some type of addiction, bestie. So today, we're going to church and we're talking some reality today, okay? So again, God placed me in this live. You are seeing this for a reason, friends. So let me take it a step further, okay? Let me take it a step further. I was raised in an all-Italian family in Upper Michigan where I was the chubby child. I was weighed before I ate my dinner. I was asked to stand on a scale so I would know how much food to eat, okay? Let's take it a step further. At 16 years old, I graduate high school. I go off to Northwestern to go to school down in Chicago. Y'all know where Northwestern is? Anybody know Northwestern University? Can I get a heart in the room? If you know, okay? If you know. So here we go. Thank you, Dahlia, for sharing this live with more than 5 friends. You are the real MVP this morning, bestie. You are the real MVP. When you come up and tell your story, when you come up and tell your truth can save another woman's life today. Your story can make a difference in another woman's life. I went to Northwestern and I went to Northwestern to be sexually assaulted. Let's just keep it 100. I went down to Northwestern as a virgin. I met a man in the Gap because here's what happened. I went to Chicago and I said, I'm not going to be at the time 255 pounds, and I thought I was morbidly obese at the time, okay, because it was now 1987, right? And back in 1987, 200 pounds was morbidly obese. So dinner with this man and he picked me up and I had a turtleneck on. I was covered down to my arms. I had gloves on, I had boots on, and I had pants on. Now this is a trigger warning. If this is going to trigger anybody, I want to warn you before I continue my live. If anything I'm saying resonates with you, I need you to chat in the room. I need you in the room. I need you in the room to put hearts in the room. I need you in the room to chat in the room, okay? Listen, bestie. So here I am, 17 years old, going on my first date after my father told me not to go because I didn't know who this fucking person was. But my dad couldn't tell me anything, okay? Because my parents did not empower me. My parents controlled me. So here we go. Here is your trigger warning, besties. I went out on a date with this gentleman and he picked me up in Skokie, Illinois. And instead of driving to where we were going on our date, he went down a different road. And I was very confused because I was 17 years old and this was my first date, right? My first real date, because I came from a place in Upper Michigan where your daddy still made your dates for you, okay? So let's keep going, bestie. This motherfucker pulled over on the side of the road, proceeded to reach into his glove compartment and pull out a pew-pew and place it on the counter and look at me and say, if you think you're going to get out of this car today, you need to use this. And then he proceeded to reach in his bag and pull out a, one of those chuk things as big as Rambo had. And he put it to my neck and he told me, I'm very sorry, Mom. I'm very sorry, Mom. And I was like, Mom, who the fuck is Mom? And as I said that, he wrapped his hands in my hair and proceeded to put my face through the passenger side window. He proceeded to take my youth at that moment. He proceeded to assault me in the car on the side of the road in Chicago. Let me show you how you heal, besties. Let me show you how you heal. You tell your fucking truth. And when he stopped and when he was done, after doing what he did to me in Chicago on the side of the road, bleeding and covered in blood, I jumped out of the car and I proceeded to run. And as I proceeded to run, he chased me. He chased me through this field and he tackled me and he got on top of me and he started crying and asked me who the fuck hurt me. He asked me who the fuck hurt me. He was hysterically crying. He's like, who did this to you? What happened to you? It was like I was in the car with Jekyll and on top of me was fucking Hyde. So this motherfucker takes me home. Let me take it to another level. He takes me home. I have 2 black eyes. I am covered in blood. And I go ahead and I have to work the next morning because I'm a nanny. And on the door, I hear a knock at 8 o'clock and it's the woman I work for. And I walk to the door with eyes like this and she proceeds to start crying and say, Mel, what the fuck happened to you? I said, I went on a date last night and I couldn't say anything else. She proceeded to put me in a car and drive me to Cook County Hospital. If you are in Chicago or you know Chicago or you know anything about Chicago, they took me into the inner city to Cook County Hospital because I didn't have any insurance. So they took me in. I have never had a woman exam. I have never been with a man before. And my youth was just taken by some motherfucker in a car. So here, let's go. I go in and I get the examination because the police are now there, right? And they send in a student. Because I'm at Cook County Hospital. I'm not at a regular hospital. I'm at a hospital where they put people with no insurance. This is at 17 years old where I get to find out what America is really made of, okay? So they have a student come in who comes in to do the SA assault kit. And as he's doing the SA assault kit, he places the speculum inside of my privates and he breaks it off inside of me. I can't make this shit up. He breaks it off inside of me and tells me, hold on, I need to get a real doctor to get this out of you. Hold on, I need to get a real doctor to get this out of you. Again, thank you for that. I'm not telling you this story this morning because I'm looking for sympathy. I'm telling this story this morning because it is my truth. Because out there is a woman who is 53 years old who was SA'd by her uncle, by a family member, by her father, by a grandfather, by a stranger. So we wear our trauma on our bodies. I will always say, I will never trade what I went through because I am here to testify to a woman this morning that, friend, it gets better. Friend, you will take your power back. And today, I'm taking my motherfucking power back. Today, in about 2 hours, I'm about to get in the car and drive up to Richlands, North Carolina, and I'm about to get a tattoo on my arm. And that tattoo is a domestic violence survivor. And let me show you, you're like, domestic violence because he was your boyfriend? No, bestie, let me take you somewhere else, okay? So I went to school down there. My father found out I was dating a black man. My dad had a heart heart attack, and he pulled me out of Northwestern and put me at a school called Northern Michigan University, where all the YT people were apparently. Well, my dad had to fuck around and find out because I met a heavyweight Olympic boxer. I thought I met the man of my fucking dreams. Little did I know that the devil, okay, the devil himself can be in sheep's clothing. Let me say that again. Can I get it in chat? The devil can be in sheep's clothing, okay? Can I get it in chat? The devil can be in sheep's clothing, because I am now in college at 18 years old after being essayed in Chicago and lost my virtue in Chicago at knife point, okay? Now I'm up here dating another man who is of color, right? And my dad always talked about how men of color aren't crap. However, a YT man is the one who assaulted me. Okay, let's keep going. So now I meet a heavyweight boxer. He is an Olympic boxer. He was an Olympic, and I'll put his fucking name out in the universe. I don't give a fuck. Okay, because I thought I was in love. I thought this man loved me. But what should have happened is, after being sexually assaulted in Chicago, I should have got some counseling. I should have got some help. But back in 1997, back in 1987, back in 1988, you didn't get counseling. You sucked it up, Buttercup. You sucked it up, Buttercup. That's what the hell we did, okay? So now I meet this heavyweight boxer who is not only verbally abusing me, but you know what? I was raised by a narcissist. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know. Tap the screen if you know, okay? I was raised by a narcissist father. So we meet the men or the women that are like our parents. That used to be a compliment, bestie. And that's a compliment when you've been raised by a normal parent. But when you've been raised by a parent who is a narcissist, then you create the environment that you know. So I met this motherfucker who I thought was something special because he was a heavyweight boxer. But the day his retinas detached and he couldn't box anymore, he stopped hitting men and he started hitting me. He started putting his hands on me. Let me tell you a story really quickly. When my oldest daughter, Krista, was just born, she was not even 4 days old. We were living in a half of a trailer in Kentucky. Because I was in love, and you couldn't tell me shit because that was my husband, and I was 19 years old. Good morning, Katie. And I loved that man, and you couldn't tell me shit, okay? You couldn't tell me, thank you for the fire, you couldn't tell me this man didn't love me, because in my head, I deserved to have him put his hands on me. The first time he put his hands on me is because I didn't put the toilet paper the right way. I'm going to set that down for a second. The first time he put his hands on me, I got the shit beat out of me because I didn't put the toilet paper roll the correct way that he wanted it. And as I held my 5-day-old baby, he proceeded to come out and take her from me and place her down and grab me by the hair and teach me how to put the toilet roll in right. He said he was going to teach me. And like a horse, he would break me. He would break me that morning. And let me tell y'all something really quick. If you wonder why I swear so fucking much, if you wonder why I'm off the motherfucking chain, because I was chained my entire life. Because I was held down my entire life. Because I was with motherfuckers who controlled me my entire life. Again, Mel, what the fuck does this have to do with losing weight? Mel, what the hell does this have to do with me regaining my health? Well, what it's got to do with is the trauma. The trauma that you ladies wear on your body. The trauma that we as women carry every single day with us because of the damage that motherfuckers in our past have done to us. Resentment is the number one offender. And we're going to talk about resentment in a second. Resentment is the number one offender because the more you resent the motherfuckers who hurt you, the more it eats you up like acid inside. The day you let go and let God, the day you let go and let Muhammad, the day you let go and let Jehovah is the day you release yourself from the trauma and the damage these motherfuckers did to you, okay? Let me keep going for you, okay? Let me keep going, because you're going to say, why didn't you leave him? Why were you with him? Because like a lot of you women, I was born in 1970. And back then, you didn't divorce your husband. You didn't divorce anybody. You took your ass home and you made it work. Can I get an emoji in the room if anybody knows what the hell I'm saying? Can I get an emoji in the room if any woman has ever walked through what I went through? Okay? Now let's fast forward 2 weeks later. My daughter is 3 weeks old. He has not placed his hands on me. He has not disrespected me. He has not called me out his name. He comes home from work one night. This is the God's honest truth. I'm probably going to cry on this one. He comes home from work one night. I wasn't allowed to have a phone in the house. I wasn't allowed to call my mother. He would take my only pair of shoes with him to work, so I wouldn't leave. He would take my only pair of shoes with him so I could not leave. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying to you. He took my only pair of shoes. I was from Michigan. I was living in Richmond, Kentucky. My mom and dad said, you got married. This is what you got yourself into. Best of luck to you. Again, we are talking about this morning. We are talking about this morning. We are not saying the word abuse, friend. We are saying this morning because this is how you heal. I am sharing my story with you because when women say, how are you a life coach? Who are you to give me 6 steps? Let me show you how you heal from the trauma of your past. Let me show you how you recover from the motherfuckers who hurt you, okay? Now, this day in particular was a Friday. He had gotten off of work and he was in an awful mood. He was in an awful mood. And I was in the front room and dinner wasn't done, because Krista was colicky that day. My baby was 3.5 weeks old. I was up after having 79 stitches in my vajayjay. I was up cooking, right? I was up cooking because I had to cook. You know what I'm saying? I had to cook. Teacher Mama, I will open up the chat for women to come up and we'll talk about this in a moment. We will talk about it open forum. Like I said, besties, he comes out of the bedroom. He proceeds to take my daughter and he proceeds to place her. He proceeds to place her in the bedroom. And he looked at me and he said, I thought I fucking told you. And I said, what? And he proceeded to beat me until he broke my tailbone. He threw me over a couch. He is a heavyweight boxer. He is 275 pounds. And he is a smart heavyweight boxer because he put a pillow over me. And every time he hit me through a pillow. So he would cause damage but not leave a mark. He was smart enough to smother me with a pillow as he put his hands on me. After he does this, he walks back into the bathroom. I am bleeding from every orifice of my body. And I grab my daughter and I pick her up and I run across the porch. Now, some of you have heard this story before. I am in a trailer in Kentucky where I am living in the back half and there are 2 gentlemen living in the front half. It just so happened, with Mel's fucking luck, that it had snowed that day, randomly in Kentucky. So my ass runs out on the porch, runs across the porch, and I knock on the neighbor's door. I am bleeding all down my face and I am holding my child, my 3.5-week-old baby. And I say to this motherfucking man, help me. And he does not open the door. And I said, help me. And he comes out and he says, we don't have a phone. I said, I don't care where you have to go. Please get me help. He is going to unalive me. He is going to unalive me because I left the house. So the gentleman pushed me into their trailer. Now, mind you, I am in a trailer where I can hear him, a mobile home. I can hear him. The 2 boys jump in the car and they go off. Here the 2 boys are going to a payphone to call 911. And as I'm sitting in the trailer, all I can do is pray, dear God, please do not let him hurt my baby. Please do not let him hurt Krista. God, I am begging you, please do not let him hurt Krista. And in the distance, I can start hearing sirens. I can start hearing sirens, and they're coming. And they're coming. The people are coming to help me. But in the same moment, I can hear him on the other half of the trailer, realizing that I have left with his child, that I have left with his prized possession. And I can hear him throwing things and breaking things and screaming about how he's going to effing unalive me. And as I'm hearing this, I'm also in the distance hearing sirens, and all I'm saying is, God, please let those sirens be for me. God, please let somebody come help me. Please do not let this man unalive me this morning while I hold my daughter. Do not let him unalive me in a trailer in Kentucky, 14 hours away from my family. Do not allow this motherfucker to take my life. And as I say that, I can hear the front door. And again, if you put an emoji in the room, please. Put something in the room, please. Chatter in the room, please. As I am in the room, in this trailer, I can hear someone start fucking with the door. I can hear him pounding on the door. Let me the fuck in. I can see your blood, because I left a blood trail from the one trailer to the other trailer. As he is pounding on the fucking door, I grab my baby and I jump into the fucking tub. Now I need you to see what this trailer looked like. As you walk in the front door, to the left is a tiny little living room. Next to that little living room is a tiny little kitchen. To the right is a bedroom with a Jack and Jill door going to the bathroom. Right in front of the door is the bathroom. I am in this trailer bathroom with the door fucking shut, in the tub, holding my daughter who just came in the live, Krista. I am holding my daughter and begging God not to take my life as he is trying to kick the front door of the trailer in. As he starts to kick the front door of the trailer in, I can hear the police coming. I can hear the sirens coming. I can hear hope coming. And all I can do is pray, God, please, I am begging you, let me get out of this trailer with my fucking baby. And as this all happens, he kicks the door down. He is in the fucking trailer with me. He is in the living room screaming, where the fuck is my wife? Where the fuck is my baby? He's going nuts. I can hear sirens. He is now in the bedroom next to the bathroom. I am laying in the tub and I've got Krista behind my legs. I put Krista behind my legs and he pulls open the fucking shower curtain and he takes a GUN and he puts the pew to my head and he tells me, you are not walking out of this trailer today because you will not take my fucking baby. And I am begging him. And as I am begging him, the sirens are now there. And as I am begging him, within seconds, there is a SWAT team inside the trailer with us. And he has got red little dots all over him. And I am screaming. Now watch how fucking sick. Watch how sick domestic violence is. Watch how sick domestic violence is. I start screaming, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. He is my daughter's father. Don't hurt him. As the police proceed to grab this motherfucker who was about to unalive me, and 7 officers, he takes them and picks them up and throws them off the balcony of the fucking trailer, grabs his fucking GUN and comes back in at me, and they take him down and taser his ass. He goes to jail. Who the fuck do you think bailed him out of jail that day? I'm going to let y'all answer the question. Who do you think bailed him out of jail that day? Not his mama, not his cousin, not his boys, not his uncle, not anybody. Who do you think bailed him out of jail that day? I did. I took every penny that I was given when my daughter was born. Every penny from my daughter's savings account to bail that motherfucker out of jail. Because he was my husband. I was 19 years old. I did not know better. I was by myself. I was all the way down in Kentucky. There was no women's shelter. I had nowhere to go. This was my husband. He said it was a mistake. It would never do it again. He was not in his right frame of mind. He apologized. He went to counseling. And you know what? 2 months later, he did it again. 3 months later, he did it again. 4 months later, he did it again. Then I thought, well, you know what? If I give him a little boy, then maybe he won't do this anymore, because he was obsessed with having a little boy. Now let's fast forward. 3 children later, I just gave birth to my youngest daughter, Kiki. I've now had Caitlin. Caitlin is a year older than Krista. I'm 3 years into this relationship, 4 years into this relationship, and I have my youngest daughter. Okay, watch how this works. I have my youngest daughter. She is not even 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old. He walks in the house after taking me to see Jerry Maguire. We went and saw Jerry Maguire, where Jerry Maguire says, you know, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Whatever the quote is in the fucking movie. Takes me home, buys me a diamond necklace, tells me, go take a shower. You know what? Go take a shower. This is how you know you're with a narcissist. This is what a narcissist looks like. Back in 1993, 94, 96, 97, we didn't fucking know what narcissism was. We didn't fucking know what the fuck this was. We didn't know. We knew what domestic violence was, but we didn't know what it did to your psyche like it does now. We didn't know what survivor was. We didn't know what the trauma was, right? We did not know. The person in the room who said, why didn't you leave? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You didn't leave back then. You didn't leave back then. I'm 53 years old. You didn't leave back then. You shut the fuck up and sucked it up, Buttercup. Do you think I could have called my Catholic Italian father and said, Dad, I'm getting a divorce? No, I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have an option. I didn't have a out. I didn't have a domestic violence shelter in my town. There was nowhere for me to go. But you know what? Today we're talking about fuck around and find out, right? This is a fuck around and find out era. So he was about to fuck around and find out, because guess what happened? He went ahead and he left. He went ahead and he left. That day he came in while I was in the shower, and he said to me, I met a woman and I'm leaving you. It was the best thing that ever fucking happened to me. And if you're asking yourself, why are you telling this story this morning? When you are a weight loss counselor, when you run a weight loss program, because besties, we wear our weight on our body. The reason I'm telling you this morning, because my daughter and I are going to get domestic violence survivor tattoos, because I'm going to tell you a secret. Every one of you fucking women, every one of you mothers, every one of you grandmothers who tell your fucking daughter to stay for the kids, listen to what I'm saying to you. Every one of you who say I'm staying for my kids, you better fucking pack your shit and fucking run. Pack your shit and fucking run. If a man or a woman places their hands on you 1 time, they will fucking place their hands on you 2 times. They will place their hands on you 3 times. And what you are teaching your daughter is it is okay for a man to treat you like shit. It is okay for a man to place his motherfucking hands on you. You have to break the generational fucking curse. You have to say enough is enough. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay? I'm pretty sure all of you thought this can't get any fucking worse. Well, it's about to get fucking worse, okay? If this is a trigger warning right now, okay? This is a fucking trigger warning. So let's fast forward. He leaves me for another woman and we are separated, okay? Mind you, in his head, even though I was sexually assaulted in Chicago, and that's how I lost my virtue, okay? He believed that he owned me. He believed that he owned me because he was my husband, okay? He was the father of all of my children. And when I was in the hospital and I had my youngest daughter, Kiki, at University of Kentucky Hospital, I'm going to call them the fuck out. When I was getting my tubes tied in 1997. The doctor walked in the room and he looked at my husband and he said to my husband, before they took me to surgery, Did you give permission for her to get her tubes tied? Wait, what? Did you give permission for her? And he's like, no. He said, then she's not getting her tubes tied today. So I didn't get my tubes tied April 20th, 1997 because my ex-husband didn't want me to. That's how they do it in Kentucky in 1997. My husband didn't give permission for me to have surgery on my body, on my motherfucking body. But now it gets a little bit worse because here we go. Now we're separated. I've got a 6-week-old baby. I've got a 3-year-old baby and a 4-year-old baby all by myself. And I'm living in Richmond, Kentucky, okay? Now, again, this is a trigger warning, okay? This is a trigger warning. I'm going to ask if there is a woman out there that you know that needs to hear this story this morning, I'm going to ask you to share this. I'm going to ask you to share this live, and I'm going to ask you to tap the motherfucking screen because the truth is about to be told right now. The truth is about to be told right now. Here we go. Here we go. You ready? He starts putting roses on my house. He starts coming to my apartment with roses with no heads, putting unalive roses at the house because I am his, okay? Because I am his, and he said that nobody else will have me. So this is how sick of a motherfucker he is, how convincing of a narcissist he is. I call him a sociopath. I don't give a fuck what anybody calls him because he convinces the girl that he is now with, well, he was with then, not now with. He's been with 11 women. He's got 17 children, by the way. The father of my children have 17 babies with 11 baby mamas. Matter of fact, 3 days ago, he just gave birth to another child. My daughter, Krista, who's in the room, has a brother who is 30 years younger than her because his victims keep getting younger. Let me keep going. His victims keep getting younger. One of these days, I'm going to have the girls come in here and we'll do a live for you. All the women that he essayed, all the women that he strangled, all the women that he hurt, okay? Because I couldn't stop him. Now watch how this goes, okay? So I'm at the house getting ready to go to bed. My girls are in bed sleeping, and there is a knock on the door. Don't ever listen to what I'm saying to you. If you are in a domestic violence relationship, don't you ever go meet that person again. Don't you ever allow them into your space because once they realize they cannot control you, once they realize they cannot hurt you anymore, they will hurt you on a level that is unimaginable, okay? Because when I heard the knock on the door, I looked outside the window and I saw his girlfriend. Drove him to my house. She's sitting in the car, right? Just sitting out there doing something in the car, okay? And I'm like, okay, this is 1998. Well, the end of 1997. I had Kiki in April, and I remember this date perfectly. It was November 1st, okay? November 1st. There's a knock on the door, and it's him. I want to see my fucking kids. He's the father of my children. Of course, I'm going to let him see his babies, right? I opened the front door. Why I opened the front door that day, I will never, ever, ever be able to forgive myself because I opened the front door. He grabbed me by my hair, put a gun to the back of my head. He leaned me over the back of my couch, and he sexually assaulted me. And he sexually assaulted me at gunpoint. And he told me why he did it, that it belonged to him, that I belonged to him, that nobody would ever, ever, ever have me. And that day, I got pregnant for my youngest daughter, my daughter that died. I got pregnant for Carly. I got pregnant for my baby that morning, that night. And here's the sick part about it. After he did it and he left, I immediately called 911. I called 911 and the police came. And the Richmond police officer, and I will never forget this as long as I live, the fucking captain on duty walked in and said, "We're not proceeding." And I was like, what? They're like, "We're not proceeding with charges." And the other officer goes, why not? And she said, because they're married. And I was like, what? He said, technically, you're his wife, and there's nothing we can do. This is a civil matter. He came in my house that he did not live in, my own apartment, and kicked the door in, came in and put a GUN to my head, and forcibly had sex with me. And then when I sent the officers up to the house, now I'm going to show you how sick this shit is. When they went up to the house, that woman said that I was crazy and that he had been in bed sleeping the entire time. That I was crazy and that she drove him there to sexually assault me. She drove him there to sexually assault me. This is why when women say, Mel, why do you stand up for women? Why are you straightening women's crowns? Mel, why are you a woman advocate? Because no one fucking advocated for me that day. Another woman sat in front of a police officer after she knew he put a gun to my head and SA'd me. She said he was in bed sleeping. She was his witness, okay? So then, fast forward 3 weeks later, I find out I am pregnant from my youngest daughter, Carly. Now, did I want to have her? I'm not even going to sit here and pretend. No, I did not want to have her. I was by myself. I had a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a brand new baby. I had nowhere to go. I had nothing. I was barely keeping myself together. I was having to put my fucking girls in a stroller and walk fucking 1.5 miles to get them formula. His family would not help me. His fucking mother would ride by me in the rain, walking with his grandchildren in Richmond, Kentucky, and honk the horn and fucking wave at us while I was going to try to feed her grandbabies. And then one night, those of you who know who Captain Save-A-Ho is, you know what the hell I'm talking about. One night, he had said out at a bar that he was going to go ahead and unalive me. That he was sick of my bullshit because I was a whore. I was not a whore. I was a single mother with 3 little babies, pregnant for a 4th child after being SA'd by this man. And this man came to my apartment and he handed me 4 bus tickets. He handed me 4 bus tickets and he said, get the fuck out of here or he's going to unalive you and those kids. You have to go. I left everything in the world in Richmond, Kentucky that day. I left everything in the world in Richmond, Kentucky that day. I took a duffel bag with my daughter's clothes and my clothes, and I called a women's shelter up in Upper Michigan, and I said, I have to leave here or he's going to unalive me. And she said, get in a fucking bus and come on. So what I did is I got on a bus and I traveled to Cincinnati, Ohio. And for 3 days, I stayed in Cincinnati, Ohio. And the ladies in Cincinnati, Ohio knew that he was looking for me, knew that he was going to unalive me because he was not going to stop until he found me, okay? He was calling my mother, showing up at places down in Kentucky. He was threatening to come find me. So then they moved me to a woman's shelter in Chicago, where I lived in a woman's shelter in Chicago for about a week. By the way, I'm pregnant the entire time with a 5-month-old, a 3-year-old, and a 4-year-old fucking baby, okay? Then I got to Upper Michigan. Now let's do insult to injury. I got to Upper Michigan. I was living in a woman's shelter with my children. I got a job. I got an apartment. Found myself a place to live. Again, pregnant from the sexual assault, right? Thank you for that. With all 3 of his babies. Pregnant for his 4th. Now let's go. Let's watch what a fucking demon I fucking married. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? Thank you for that, Kara. Watch how this works. When people ask me, why are you overweight? Why, when you started the Chubby Girl lifestyle a year ago, Why were you 353 pounds? Because I wore my sexual assault on my body. I wore my trauma on my body because I didn't feel like I deserved to be healthy. I didn't feel like I deserved to fucking have a healthy life. Do you see what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers got in my head. These motherfuckers got in my head. And let's go. Mel's story, right? Remember I said in the beginning, those of you who missed it, why is it so important that I had to go through all this to be a life coach? I met with a life coach the other day, and God bless this little girl. She's 28 years old. She ain't been through anything in life. Now, I'm not saying you have to be SA'd. I'm not saying that you have to go through life trauma to be a life coach. But bestie, you know what? I always say God took me through the fire so I could heal another woman. God took me through the fire so I could help another woman heal. When women say, Mel, when you came up with the 6-step method, why didn't you charge people? You know what? I didn't charge people because I was tired of being exploited. I was tired of women in multi-level marketing groups selling me shit that didn't work, telling me that there was a dream, telling me it would heal my trauma. When actuality, I had to heal the trauma. You have to heal the trauma. The unspoken 7th step is your trauma. You have to learn to love yourself, because watch how this goes, okay? It gets worse. I know you're like, how the hell can this get worse? Well, it gets worse, okay? Because on May 12th, I gave birth to Carly. I gave birth to my daughter. My daughter was born extremely jaundiced. I had 3 little small children. I had her in a hospital in Marquette, Michigan, okay? I will call these motherfuckers out too, because they unalived my daughter. You're about to hear the story. They unalived my daughter. I gave birth to my daughter. My daughter was a healthy 8-pound, 6-ounce baby. I didn't give a fuck the moment I held her. The moment I held her, I did not care how she got here. I didn't care if it was sexual assault. I did not care. I looked at it as a gift from God. This was my baby. This is my fucking little girl. So they say to me, you know what, Melissa, you just had a cesarean. You've got 3 daughters under the age of 4. We are going to keep the baby in the hospital for you. We're going to put her up in the NIC unit, and we're going to put her under the Billy lights because she's jaundiced right now, right? We're going to keep her for you. We're going to keep her safe for you. We're going to keep your baby safe for you. But what I didn't know is that there was a Cuntosaurus Rex who was a nurse on duty at midnight. So what I would do after giving birth to a baby, and I had a C-section, and I had staples all across my stomach, I would get up every single morning at 6 o'clock. I would drop my girls off at 7 o'clock when the daycare opened, mind you, right? At 7 o'clock when the daycare opened, I would grab myself a breakfast sandwich or a cup of coffee, and I would go to the hospital. Okay, so I would get there around 8 o'clock. Apparently, this fucking nurse didn't feel the need to read the fucking chart, because what she was doing at night is taking my baby out in the NICU and holding her all night, right? Oh, that's a good nurse. Thank you, good nurse, for holding the baby. But what you don't know is the bitch was kissing my fucking baby on the mouth. What you don't know is this motherfucking woman had herpes. What you don't know is in the state of Michigan, if you're a nurse, as long as you disclose that you have an STD, even though you're working in the NIC unit back in 1998, again, 1998, don't tell me about nurses now. I don't give a shit, because this was 1998. Okay, 1998. Now let's fast forward 8 days later. My daughter gets discharged out of the hospital. I take my daughter back home to my house, and I put my daughter down in her bed, okay? I say the next morning to myself, my baby is acting weird. My baby she's not crying. She's acting really tired. She's not acting right. So I pick up my daughter, and I carry her to the hospital, and I say, my child is not acting right. And they proceed to look at me and tell me that I am a new mother. I am probably exhausted, and she will be okay. They don't even admit me in the hospital, and they send me home. Now let's fast forward that night to 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, my sister comes and picks me up, and we go to what we call a domestic violence recovery group. My sister and I would go together, right? Because she was my support system. I had Carly with me. I breastfed her. We went to the meeting. The kids come. The kids go and get some healing. And we get back home and it's 8:30. I take Carly. I lay her in her bed. And I proceed to walk out into the front room. About 30 minutes later, I don't hear my daughter crying. Woosa. I don't hear my daughter crying. So I walk into the room and her crib looks like Freddy Krueger had been in there. There was blood everywhere. Something called DIC. It's called testicular intravascular coagulation. Where, as Elena asked, when you get the herpes virus, normally a normal healthy person can fight it. But my daughter turned septic. My baby had DIC, and they missed it at the hospital when they released her. So what had happened that morning is her blood clotted. Her blood clotted in her body. Now by 9 o'clock at night, she was bleeding out her nose, out her eyes, out her ears, out her private parts, out of every pick hole that she had in her little body. She was bleeding to death because her blood had turned to water. Her blood had no platelets left in it. And I picked her up and I drove her to the fucking hospital. And as I walked into the hospital, covered in blood, they take her from me. And of course, they don't know why she's covered, right? They don't know if I hurt her. This is back in 1998, right? Where women weren't out unaliving their babies and you didn't hear it in the news every 2 seconds, right? And so they take her upstairs and they watch how this works. This is going to go back to this motherfucker. And they take her upstairs and they tell me there's nothing we can do for her. All we can do is make her comfortable right now. You are going to have to make a decision. You are going to have to make a decision. So what do? I'm a domestic violence survivor. I don't know what the fuck to do. I get on the phone and I call my ex-husband, the man who sexually assaulted me, the man who is abusive to me. And I said his name, and I'm not going to say his name on live. And I said, Carly is dying. I don't know what to do. He proceeds to tell me if I call him again, he will call the police and put a restraining order against me. So I tell the doctor, he does not believe me. I need you to call him. So the head surgeon and the other doctor call down on his job, have him come in the office and put him on speakerphone. And they say, Mr. Igo, listen, your daughter is not going to live. And he proceeds to tell them that is not his fucking child. That is not my fucking child, because he does not want his name associated with her because of how she was born, because of how she was conceived. So I am standing in a hospital in Marquette, Michigan, and I now have to make a decision for my daughter's life. Her stomach is distended, okay? She is gone. She is gone. So I call in the Catholic priest. I have them give her last rites. My mom and dad are driving from Kingsford, Michigan as fast as they can fucking get there. And I had to make the decision of this baby that I did not think I wanted at one point to give her to God. And I gave her to God that day. And do you know that motherfucking cocksucker, after sexually assaulting me, did not come to her funeral. He did not. My dad offered, I will fly you and your family. I will fly you and your girlfriend. I will fly you and anybody you want to up here. You have to come for her funeral. He knew what he did. He knew what he did, so he wouldn't come. He wouldn't come to her funeral. He didn't come to her funeral. And the day of her funeral, that nurse, you're asking yourself, how the hell did you know the nurse gave her herpes? Well, she walked up to me after the service. My babies were 4, 3, and 1, and they buried their sister with me. We buried our youngest daughter. I buried my youngest daughter. And this woman had the audacity to walk up to me and apologize. I had never seen this nurse before. All the nurses from Marquette General came down. There were hundreds of people at the funeral because it was the same day as my 10-year class reunion. Of all days, it was my 10-year class reunion and my daughter's funeral. And hundreds of my friends from my senior class showed up to honor my daughter. But this woman walked up to me after we buried her and said to me, I have 2 little boys. And y'all, I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean you have 2 little boys? Why are you telling me this? Sorry, my nose is running. I said, what do you mean you have 2 little boys? And she said, I'm her nurse. And I said, well, thank you for taking care of her. And she said, no. I said, what? She said, oh gosh, can y'all tap the screen, please? My live has been flagged for hate speech. I need y'all to tap the screen. I need y'all to share the live or they're going to shut me down. It's the only way you can fix it once we've been violated. Someone reported the live. Of course they did. You know, I'm sharing a story like this and someone reports the live. Anyway, as I was saying, she proceeds to explain that she is the nurse. She is the nurse who took care of my baby, that she had active herpes, and that she did not properly wash her hands after she came back from lunch, and she thought she might be the reason. So after they did the autopsy on my baby, it came back that she died from testicular intervascular coagulation, root cause the herpes virus. This woman who's a nurse who worked in a NICU kissed my baby on the mouth and gave her herpes, and she passed away. My ex-husband, who essayed me, who refused to come to her funeral, he's still out there right now. He's got, like I said, 17 children, 11 baby mamas. He has been charged with habitual felony domestic violence several times. I'm not telling you this story to bash him. I'm telling you this story because you have to heal. Resentment is the number one offender. Resentment is the number one offender. My entire life, I have been over 300 pounds. My entire life, I have carried my weight on my body. And last year, God said to me, enough is enough. God said, it is time for you to heal. God said, here are 6 steps that you can give women. Here are 6 steps that women can do, whether on medication, if they're not on medication. These are 6 steps that women can eat fruit. These are 6 steps. These are 6 steps that women can heal their relationship with food, that they don't have to wear their trauma on their body. God said to me, Melissa, I'm going to make you a vessel to heal other women. God said to me, Jehovah, Muhammad, whoever you believe in, whoever your higher power is, said to me, Melissa, here are 6 simple steps that you can go and heal other women. Here are 6 steps. Here are 6 steps. Elena, no, nothing happened to the nurse because in the state of Michigan, she had disclosed that she had the herpes virus and she was actually under treatment. She had to go to a HIPAA class, and that's the only thing that happened to her because she was protected by the union. Please trust and believe I tried to sue the hell out of the hospital. I also tried to hurt her. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to y'all. But at the end of the day, I said all that to say this. God takes you through the fire. God takes you through the fire. Life takes you through the fire, not to hurt you, but to build you up. I would not trade my girls for anything in the fucking world. And the reason I came on here this morning is not to talk to you about the 6 steps, not to get you to go to chubbygirlchallenge.com and buy the meal plan, not to come join us at chubbygirllifestyle.org. I came on here this morning because in less than an hour, I'm going to go with my oldest daughter, who is also a domestic violence survivor. And we are going to get domestic violence survivor tattoos on our arm together. We are going to break a generational curse together. Okay? We are going to, because you know what? I was the same mother and the same person that you are, that tells our daughters or tells ourselves, we stay with these men for our kids. Listen to me. If you can hear me right now, okay? I am 53 years old. You do not have to go through the same things that I went through. You do not have to suffer the same way I am suffering or suffered. If a person places your hands on you once, whether it's your girlfriend or your husband, they will place their hands on you twice. When they feel like they are going to lose you, they will hurt you, okay? I know that y'all think, I know that y'all believe, I know that you think people can change, but a leopard does not change their spots. Here we are 31 years later, and he is doing the same thing to women. He is verbally, to Renee's point, he is verbally assaulting women. He is physically assaulting women. And when he meets every single one of these girls, they think I'm the devil incarnate until I get the call from them. Hey, Mel. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really sorry. What happened? He hit me last night for the first time. He hurt me last night for the first time, and he still walks around the streets of Kentucky. He still walks around the streets in Kentucky because the last woman he sexually assaulted and he beat in front of his new children. The state of Kentucky said, all you got to do is sign over your rights to your son. And he did. He signed over his rights to his son and found another victim, and he's had 2 children with her. And then she's younger than my daughters. Okay, she's younger than my daughters. I said all that to say this: you got to figure out what the root cause is. Okay, your eating problem is not just an eating problem. Your eating problem is a sign of trauma. Your eating problem is a result of domestic violence, mental abuse, sexual assault as a child, being told you're not shit, being told that you have to stay in a relationship to be successful, being told as a woman you can't be successful without a man next to you. Okay, we are healing this morning. This morning, this live is going to be on my YouTube if you missed any of this, because you know what? This is about healing. And if there's a woman that you know that needs to hear this, I have a safe space for them at chubbygirllifestyle.org. Doesn't cost you anything to come join us. chubbygirllifestyle.org. We all know TikTok's not going to be here, okay? And if you find it in your heart, before I jump off here, join my team. Okay, what does that mean? All you do is you click this button up here and you like the heart and join my team. It verifies for TikTok that you're a real person, okay? If you want to know when I'm back on live, if you want to come hang out with a bunch of cool-ass women, come over to our website. If you are struggling and you want a one-on-one, if you want a one-on-one and you need coaching, come to chubbygirlchallenge.com. I got you, okay? Let's sit down in a 1-hour session. Let's figure out why you are eating the way you're eating. Let me help you eat what the fuck you want to for lunch every day. Thank you, Michelle. Let me help you eat carbs again. I eat carbs every single day. I am 53 years old. I went from a size 24 to an 18. No, I'm not on Ozempic. No, I'm not on Mounjaro, but I have women who are. Thank you, Teresa. You're the real MVP for joining the team this morning. Thank you for that. We are a group of like-minded women. This is a safe space for women. Thank you, Elena. Come and join us. This is not anybody's going to try to sell you anything. This is not a multi-level marketing scheme. It doesn't cost you anything. The only thing it costs you is you have to be a woman, okay? Men have their men cave. Men have their bro code. It's 2024, and we are building a fucking group of women, right? We are building a foundation of women, and don't come at me and say, well, you said God, and then you said fuck. Friend, fuck is not in the Bible. Fuck was created by man. It is an Italian word. My middle name is probably fuck. Let's just keep it 100, okay? I use it because I get passionate, okay? I don't use it out of disrespect. Thank you for that. Thank you for joining the team. So besties, I'm going to leave you right now because I have to go get tattooed, right? Thank you, Lisa McDonald. You are the real MVP in this room. Thank you. Thank you for being my bestie. Listen, ladies, I'm about to go get my tattoo. Then I'm going to come back on here at about 8 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to show y'all. I'm so nervous. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. The last tattoo I got was this one, and I'll tell you this tattoo story later. This is the story from hell. Okay, this is the story. Renee, thank you for becoming part of the team. See, that's all it takes. All you have to do is like the heart and join our team, and then you are with like-minded women, okay? So I said all that to say this morning. I've been saying for about 30 years, nobody better than you. Whether it was at work, whether it was at, you want me to bring you for the tattoo? Okay, I will go ahead and I will charge my phone and I will bring y'all for the tattoo. If she lets me record the tattoo and y'all want to hear me cry and scream, I will bring y'all for the tattoo. So if you want to come for the tattoo, you got to be part of the team so you know when I go live. So click up there, become part of the team. But anyway, as I was saying, for about 20 years, I've been saying nobody better than you. Okay? I'm going to do that, Elena. I promise you. We're going to show you our tattoos when we're done. We're going to open up a panel when I come back, too, and I'm going to let other women share their story, okay? Because there's so many stories that need to be told. But until we see each other again, I want you to remember one thing today. I didn't trauma dump to hurt you. I didn't trauma dump for attention. What I did is I healed this morning, okay? What I did is I publicly healed this morning. I owned my truth. I owned my truth this morning. Okay, that's what I did. I owned my truth. And you will own your truth too, because let me tell you a little secret. When I say nobody better than you, I don't say that shit lightly, because I tell women, I want you to put your finger up like this. People are like, what the hell is she talking about? Put your finger up. Okay, you over there. Elena, put your finger up, okay? Put your finger up. Put your finger up. All right, you know why we're putting our finger up? Because that's your fingerprint. There is no other woman out there. There is no other woman out there with the same fingerprint as you. Not your mother, not your aunt, not your cousin, not anybody. There is not a woman alive that carries that fingerprint. And just like God created every snowflake differently, just like every snowflake was created originally, so were you. So when someone tries to tell you you're not shit, or someone tries to tell you that there's a woman out there that's better than you, or someone tries to tell you you're not good enough, you look at them in the face and do this. My nails need to get done. You look in the face and you do this, and you tell them, you know what? You're full of shit, because nobody is better than me. If no one told you that today, bestie, look in the mirror and scream when you get off this live, nobody better than me. It's 2024, and we are a movement of women at chubbygirllifestyle.org. We are going to change the diet thinking. We are going to change the mentality of women. So our daughters, our granddaughters, our children, our nieces don't have to go through the bullshit that we went through. Okay, besties? I love each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing this with me this morning. And I guess I will see you at the tattoo parlor. Nobody better than you. Love you, ladies.